Hey, hopefuls. It's the end of the kitchen check-in. So we'll be back here in January. So 6 months, that rotation, right? So why does my kitchen feel like it's working against me? And I know some of this will be relative outside the kitchen, right? Like maybe it's the pots and pans don't need to be in a cabinet, they need to be hanging. Maybe the under the sink, it's where things just kind of go, right? The extension of the junk drawer is the under the sink mess. So when you have various spaces, even the countertop that I know, like it's where all the pile up happens, and back to school's getting ready to start. So all that pile up is about to really start feeling like it. But it's not the room or the spaces working against you. It's the systems that need your attention. It's when things feel like they're working against us. That's our sign going, hey, look at me. I need improvement. I need help. I need your attention. This is working ish, but it needs to be a lot better. This could be less stressful tomorrow if we focus on it today. So, those pots and pans, maybe they need to be rehung. Maybe you worked on that this month as we're doing the kitchen again and going, you know what? Yeah, I did simplify this space in January and I really looked at it and I sorted it. Now the lids have a home and now the pots and pans have a home and all this stuff and the bakeware got moved over there, but it's just kind of not there yet. And that's the system saying, it's not that I don't work. It's not that I'm opposed to you. It's that I need to work better for your lifestyle, for your prime real estate, for your day to day. Right. So those are, and again, it does expand, right? It could be outside of the kitchen. It could be the living room needs better baskets with no lids for blankets. It could be the closet needs hooks instead of anchors. It could be the toys need individual containers instead of a basket or a giant box. So it's not the spaces and systems working against you, it's they need your attention. They need you to hyper focus on one small space at a time and go, what will work? Forget Pinterest, forget social media, forget all this other stuff that works great on the end cap at the store, right? That works for these people that have all day every day to work on their spaces. For the ideal, it's great before and afters that you see that you don't really see the crap behind the scenes, right? Like you don't really see the messes and the disasters and the this has pissed me off 5 times. This is the final result before I lose my mind. You don't see all that. So let's look at it as in it's not the space that's against me. It's the space that needs my attention to work with me. Right? I'm the home manager. I'm the CEO of this room. My kitchen needs to work for me. It needs to work with what we actually need. So if the pots and pans need to be hanging, so you can just get what you need. Or maybe the kids are learning to cook and they can be like, I want that one. Right? Or maybe you need a meal plan board that's visual and says, okay, kid one, you're cooking on Mondays, kid two, you're cooking on Wednesdays, dad, you're taking Fridays. I'll do the other days. Right? So those are the things that feel like it's working against us, but it just may need more tweaking, more attention to detail, more what is the step I'm missing that can make this work so much better for all of us, right? It's not just, it is you, but it's not just, how can I make this work better so I can follow everybody around and fix it later? It's more, how can we make this more manageable so I can take less off my overwhelmed mom brain? I cannot make one more decision mental mess brain. No, never mind that we're already like pre-stressing about holidays, back to school, back to activities, back to holidays. All these things are like already pinging in our, oh my gosh, if I have one more thing I have to do and my kitchen's working against me and my countertops won't get clean and I can't keep the piles away and I don't even know which cleaner should be under my sink. Goodness knows we don't need one more and. So maybe that's the frustrating thing is we need to rethink the system. And that system needs to include these months, these check-ins, these times of going, oh shoot, you know what? I really haven't used that. Let me go ahead and simplify it out instead of remain cluttered in the space. Instead of keeping it in here and just rehoming the clutter. That's all part of the 3S method and the 6-month check-ins and the room rotations that we do. And if you aren't familiar with them, it's all on the website. But we can do those rotations so the piles are underway, right? Like they stay less because we're checking in consistently. 6 months check-ins, the big part of that, third part of the 3S method, sustaining. It's where we sustain an organized life. And it's where we focus on those small spaces. So maybe 1 week this month you worked under the sink. Maybe 1 week this month you worked on the pots and pans and cooking stuff. Maybe 1 week this month you tackled the dishes because you don't need those little plastic plates anymore. But we have to do that again in 6 months because our lives are ever changing, ever growing. We're going through the seasons, we're going through the stuff, we're going through all the different phases of life. And that means we have to manage this stuff consistently. So in 20 years, you aren't like, what? How do I have a pile again? Right? I often tell people like, okay, you've lived at your house for 30 years. The clutter didn't happen overnight. It's not going to go away overnight. It's not going to get managed tomorrow. But in a year from now, right, when you're 3 rounds into the kitchen, it's better. It's easier. You're familiar with the system. You're familiar with your spaces. You're familiar with how you use your spaces, because knowing how you need to use the space and what you need in your prime real estate reminder, from eyes to hips, it's where you go. It's where you grab. It's the countertops, right? It's the first shelf of the upper cabinet. And it's the drawer right by the sink and the stove. Where do you grab your stuff? It's not the back of the cabinet over there where the extra storage is, right? It's not that top shelf or above the cabinets where you have to get the stool and the chair down. It's not that. It's where do you grab? Where do you go? Where do you need to be like, shoot, this is browning, they're hollering, that's running, I need a spoon. For whichever reason. You need that wooden spoon, right? It needs to be accessible. That's your prime real estate. So as you're looking in these spaces and you've done the 3S method, right? You've rotated. This is the second time we're in the kitchen this year. So you're already getting familiar with it. You're already knowing why. Why is that? Why is the turkey baster in the prime real estate drawer with the other cooking utensils making me feel like my kitchen's working against me when it really just needs to be in the roaster in the garage with the other storage stuff? Right? Why is the soup ladle in the kitchen drawer with all my cooking utensils taking up space, hooking on the thing, making it frustrating when really it can go in the crock pot at the top of the cabinet that we only pulled down from October to February? You're familiar with that because now you're viewing your spaces and your systems on, is it working for me? Are you serving me? Are you taking care of us in this space for our needs? Are you making me more stressed or less stressed? Are you staying organized and easy to maintain, or do we need to address that? Especially with like back to school and all those things coming up, you're going to want the meal plan board. You're going to want the school checklist. You're going to want the school lunches. Are you making them, packing them, buying them at school? Those things are part of this rotation, right? If you don't have kids, you don't need to worry about that. Maybe you just need a meal plan for you so you're watching your budget. You're going to make those spaces work better for you. So if you're working on the refrigerator, freezer, deep freezer, pantry, food spaces, which we did the first week of this month, you're going, okay, I've realized that I consistently have a half a package of lunch meat left over. Is that because I forget I have it? Is that because I don't eat all of it because I get bored with those sandwiches after 2 days? Or is that because I just didn't plan it? I bought it because I was hungry at the store and then I forgot I had it. So is it a planning thing? Do you need to clean out your fridge more often to get rid of the stuff blocking it? So maybe we need to plan better. Maybe we need a better scheduled sustaining step for emptying the fridge, for resetting the pantry, for making sure those canned goods get pulled forward. Whatever it looks like, it's not the kitchen working against you. It's the details that we didn't even think we needed to know. And if something's not sure, we're probably missing a step. And if you don't even know what that step is, hit me up. Just send me a message or leave a comment being like, Melissa, my canned goods are a disaster. Why? I don't know. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out so they're not a disaster tomorrow. So they're not a problem in January. So you're more comfortable with your spaces and managing them and tackling the 3S method and checking in with them and then realizing, oh, this is a sustaining problem. Oh, I need to simplify more often. I.e., get rid of the rotting food in the fridge once a week instead of once a month. Right? Reset the pantry goods every 2 weeks. Make sure everything gets pulled forward instead of once a quarter. That's all part of it. That's why the 3S method is there. So you don't have to think about it. You don't have to worry about it. You just have to follow it. You know what we're simplifying. You're going to do that consistently based on the space needs. I live with a teenager. So resetting the fridge doesn't have to happen often because it gets empty pretty quick. Right? It's like resetting part of the pantry. And I don't have to worry about that because my bigger worry is like, did I buy those? Was that only in my brain? Shoot, did I buy them and I didn't get them? Those are the things that we need to do better at here to stay organized and less stressed, because thinking about something and not buying something, or buying something and not realizing it's disappeared in a 17-year-old stomach in 2 seconds, then you're looking at the receipt going, okay, I paid $6. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Right? So what's going to look like I need to sustain will look different from how you need to sustain. What it looks like in simplifying over here looks different than it's simplifying over there. And how our spaces are sorted, I'll tell you what, my mom will visit and she still looks at me like I'm crazy because I moved my pots and pans to the upper cabinet. Yes, it's more weight on the upper cabinet. Yes, I tightened all the screws back down. But I could no longer bend down, dig to the back of the cabinet to get the lids to the corresponding pot, hit my head on the drawer handle because I'm graceful. I just couldn't do it anymore. So it got resorted to a better prime real estate space to encourage cooking. So what it looks like, what your needs look like, and that could vary from today to January. Maybe you have kids moved out. Maybe you had kids come in. Maybe your life has changed, your status has changed, maybe your health has changed, and your needs are different. That's part of being human. So manage your space like you own it, because you do. This is your permission to do what works for you. If somebody has a problem with it, stop inviting them over. I'm just saying, the space is not working against you. It's just a space. You're in charge of it. So let's set it up for your success and get it done. And if you're not sure how to do that, there's all sorts of tools, all sorts of them. There's the free starter kit. It'll tackle the core 4 rooms, but honestly, I would probably do one of 2 things. If you are like, okay, I'm ready, I'm committed, this room's getting better, grab the resets. Right now, the kitchen resets on sale for half off. It's $4.50. You get what's in the reset. So you get 30 days of simplifying, 30 days of organizing, 30 days of sustaining steps, and the 3S tour, which helps you really see, okay, what do I want from this room? I don't understand what the 3S method is. What is that? It explains it for the room itself. Now, if you want all those and a little bit more guidance and recordings and group spaces, check out the library. You get that for free, for 30 days for free. Because it's all there. I want you to succeed, especially as we're getting into that. We're on the on-ramp of things about to get crazy for us moms. Back to school, to activities, to holidays, to ripping my hair out, to, oh crap, it's already a new year. So the tools are there. Next month is Kids Month. Which is weird because, like, I've got some posts coming out that are like, I don't do a lot in my kids' room anymore. It's pretty self-sustaining in his world. He does his laundry. He's in charge of his stuff. He does all these things because we've built that in our design mode of life. And so, like, embracing the 3S method for the kitchen. Make it work for you. And then this time next year, it's just designed to support your day-to-day life. You don't have to worry about what's for dinner because it's on the thing, because you have a system in place. You don't have to worry about where the Tupperware lids are because you have a system in place. And that includes checking back in. So, yes, that's it. I think that's it for today. I'll try to remember, which I never really do until later, to put all the links and stuff. But if you need anything, just check out the website, hopefulsimplicity.com, or just send me a message. I'm happy to reply, normally within a day or so that I'll get to all of them. So until next time, when we're in the kids' room, stay hopeful.